Hi, I'm Marysol. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be planning my April monthly, and this has been a video that's been in the pipeline for a while. I just haven't had time to get around to editing it. But here I'm going to use some of the Disney Happy Planner sticker books, the Tinkerbell one, and I have some calligraphs here that I'm going to use that coordinate with the sticker books. Well, the colors of the sticker book. So I have some stripes in the spine of my planner pages. So I'm going to cover it up with these strip washi. I honestly should have started with like the darker one and then used the lighter one out. But at the time, I didn't think it was like I needed to. A little bit of the lines still pop out of the spine. I mean, but it's not that bad that it bothered me so much to go back and change it. So this is a pretty chill month, not a whole lot going on. We have a few appointments. The kids are were on spring break the first week of April, and mostly just holidays, tax days, April Fool's Day, Earth Day, Denim Day. So, other than that, nothing pretty big. My husband was out of town the first kind of 2 weeks of the month, but after that, he's been home. So I think if had I used the bigger stickers, I think it would have actually looked nicer because it would have taken more space since I do use a big happy planner. So now I'm gonna start with the sidebar and I'm just whiting this out with my Tombow correction tape. I love my Tombow correction tape. Uh, so yeah, I do that and I add this long box. I do add a Tinkerbell on the side. I didn't white out the box. I didn't feel like it was necessary. Now looking at it, I wish I would have whited out the lines. But I mean, it's okay. I add a decorative box with a quote on the top, and then I move on to adding that small Tinkerbell on the top of Monday. Now, I had taken out the book, the Sage book, I believe it is, thinking that I would use it, like the greens would all combine. And I do use a little bit of it, but not a whole lot. I wish I would have brought some other stuff into this spread because it just looks really simple. It's very functional, but sometimes I like to add more than what I need just because if I don't have a whole lot of writing, then I want to add a little bit of more stickers to my pages. I am using the calligraphs for my boxes in the spread. I found the calligraphs to match the most for boxes. I just didn't want to add all the boxes with all the little Tinkerbells. I wanted it to just be simple when it came to the boxes. Now, in the end, I do kind of stitch or do kind of like a stitch pattern in my boxes, but as of right now, I'm just marking the boxes where I know I'm going to need them. Since I didn't leave enough room when I add that box on the, what is it, 7th, I did add that appointment box on the bottom. And so because I did that, I kind of had to balance it out throughout this spread. So anywhere that I had an appointment or kind of something that I needed to write the time, I kind of divided it out with these boxes uh, that are in the Sage book, and then using the calligraphs to make my own boxes. I do cut them down just a tad bit because they wouldn't fit completely in the box. But other than that, I mean, it kind of worked out. I'm adding this a staycation little header here because we had a road trip to my mother-in-law's house who lives in Bakersfield. And Bakersfield is about 3 hours from where I live. Of course, with traveling with kids, at about 2 hours and a half. Um, so our trip over to my mother-in-law took about 5 hours. Um, Coming back, we came back on the Sunday. That was a little longer. It took me about 6 hours to get back home. But, we did what we could. We had a lot of fun on the drive back. And yeah, Isabella had to use the bathroom like literally every 30 to 40 minutes. And we're trying to encourage her to use the bathroom and no pull ups. So that was something that, of course, when you do a road trip, it's the test. But she did really good, and I was really excited about that. So here I'm adding this grid washi. It's a thick washi. I think it's like a 20 millimeter, maybe even a little thicker, but I like to rip this one up. I think like the rip makes it much more interesting. So I ripped it up and I put a little bit of pieces here and there. I feel like that kind of gave the spread a little pizzazz. Uh, but other than that, I don't add any more washi to my pages. Now, usually when I don't have, like I said, a whole lot of stuff during the month, I like to add more stickers just to make it, I don't know, cohesive, uh, balanced. And honestly, the fact is that with monthlies, if I don't have a whole lot of things on it, if I'm not journaling in it, I adding more stickers to me makes it look a lot better. Uh, the monthly spreads that I've loved in the past have always been the ones that are like mega full from like box to box, and adding like the little stickers and details just makes a monthly spread so much more appealing to me. And this one, it's not that I don't like it. I think it turned out cute. It's not my favorite, and I wish I would have used something else to go with it, but it is, I mean, it turned out okay. And, we'll just, next month, I guess, uh, we'll try something different. So, yeah. I added a little bit of some marker into the April and the 2025 just because I felt that it was looking really plain. And since I didn't have my big sticker book, I could have probably add like some stars or I guess BAMs or I don't know, twinkles around it to make it like to bring a little bit of color up there, but I didn't do that. So I thought when I went over it with the marker that that would be better. Now I did use whiteout on the notes, and I was trying to find something that could go up there that wasn't decorative since I already have that Tinkerbell on the side. So I found this box that I thought was perfect. It's not the same color, so there's a variety of color on the page, but I had to lift up those stars or like sprinkles around her to get the box underneath it. Now I put down this quote and I put down that quote so crooked that I picked it up and put it on the other side and grabbed another one. And I'm now realizing that that green is nothing like the green that is already on the page. But when I was putting it down, it didn't look that bad, so I left it. As of right now, there's no other like decorative elements that I'm going to add. So here I am just writing in my plans. So on the 3rd, that's when we did our road trip to Bakersfield. And on the 6th, we returned back home. I am using my Right Tech pen. I believe this is the .04, which I really like, or the 04, not point, just the 04. And then I do use my Daily Grind .05 pen. And I mean, I'm loving this Daily Grind pen. It just writes really smooth and soft and very pigmented. So it's becoming one of my favorites. The 7th, it was back to school after being on spring break, and I also had an appointment with the VA at 9:15. On the 22nd, Uriah has an appointment at 10 a.m. with his primary care provider. Then I had another appointment on the 10th. I ended up canceling that appointment because I couldn't even remember what it was for. And so I had to call, cancel it, and then was reminded. So I rescheduled it for May. Now, this is where I kind of messed up. There's some lives, some like Zoom calls, and some live streams with Planning with Bumbles Patreon, and I'm a part of her Patreon. And so if you see here, the 17th is actually supposed to be the Zoom call, and the 24th is supposed to be the live stream. But I inverted it and I wasn't going to change it. I left it as it is. It's still at 4 o'clock in the morning. I mean, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and I know that I messed up, so it is what it is. The 17th, there is a book club, uh, I guess, meeting. So, yeah, and then on the 30th is denim day. I don't put it here, but you're gonna see it in my after the pen, or yeah, my flat lay. So, that's pretty much it for my spread. I'm just now stitching up around the boxes and I'm going to put it on my discs and show you how it turned out. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know if your month is going smooth. And yeah, I will see you on the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.